Hi, I'm Michael Smith for Nevada Trails. Tonight I have Sean from the Sierra Nevada Zoo, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, you brought some critters with you, and the first one is a snake who's taking a little nap right now.
Yes, she is.
She is? She's a she.
Yes.
And what kind of snake is that?
This is Slithers, and she's a Dumerel's boa from Madagascar.
You can say that again.
She's a Dumerel's boa. Yep.
And how long and how old is she?
She's 7 years old.
Actually, she's starting to come awake now.
Yeah.
And are you the primary caregiver at the zoo?
I'm a volunteer at the zoo. We're all volunteer staff. And yeah, I take care of pretty much all the animals, just whoever needs feeding and cleaning.
Well, now in the winter, do you do a lot of road trips, go to like care places like nursing homes to show the animals?
We try to. We try to go out and be out in the community, and we try to go to schools and showcase the animals. And, it gives people who normally not see animals like this a chance to go out and see them and actually touch something that you'd never see anywhere but on the TV.
Well, it sounds like a great program. How would they get a hold of you to do this right now?
You can get a hold of us at our website at sierrasafarizoo.org, or you can call us at 677-1101, and just leave us a message, and we'll try to get a hold of whoever needs to get a hold of right away.
Well, that sounds good. And you said earlier that you've been a volunteer since you were 8 years old?
Yep, my mom's manager. I've been coming there since
I was turned 21?
Chap. Yep.
So you've done it for 13 years?
Yep.
And you found your life calling in doing it as well. Besides
Absolutely.
working at the zoo, you're involved with the Nevada Humane Society.
Yep, I'm with the Humane Society. I'm a cat caregiver there.
So
everything I do is animals. I work with animals. I volunteer with animals. I live with animals. I go to school to be a vet with animals. It's all animals.
Oh, you're going to be a vet as well?
Yep.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What school have you applied for?
Quite a few. I'm not quite through pre-vet school yet. But.
Well, I dated a gal who went to Michigan State, and it's a great vet school.
That is a good school.
Oh, it was some awesome stuff they were doing a long time ago, but sounds like you found your calling.
Absolutely.
Well, what else do you do to keep busy besides taking care of the animals here? This guy or this gal looks like she's ready for dinner.
Yeah, she's getting a little bit more active now. We woke her up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she was. I thought she was napping. And how would you get hold of such an animal? Did you get it, or was it a rescue, or was it just you looking for your collection? Or
she was actually given to us. The majority of the animals we get at the zoo are animals that people can't take care of anymore. A lot of our birds, almost all of our reptiles, have all been given to us. People get them when they're this big, and it's a cute little snake, and they don't realize that they're going to get 6, 8, 10 feet long, and they just kind of give them to us, and we kind of do that as well. We almost act as a shelter for a lot of animals we take in.
Well, that's hard to survive taking care of such a variety of animals. What happens when you have to go to vets and things like that? You need to have someone like you who has a lot of experience. I mean, how could you get trained for these type of snakes? Because we have 2 other animals I can't even pronounce, and this one, they're all from different countries. So how would you get practice unless you do like a zoo job? So I don't know. That seems very challenging.
Exactly. It's hard for us to find vets for certain animals, and sometimes you have to go out of the state even to find vets that are actually going to take care of certain things that we have. Some of the more obscure animals that there's not a school that trains in snakes.
I didn't know that.
I mean, there are some vets that know how to take care of them and stuff, but some of the more odd animals that there's no real reason besides outside of a zoo that they're ever need to be taken care of. So it gets
I thought
challenging.
Snakes were relatively common.
Oh, they are, but their actual care gets more difficult. There's a vet. We have a couple vets in Reno that'll work with the snakes and stuff. But
and you feed them like frozen mice?
Yes, exactly.
I had a dad who had a pet food chain for a while, and he said, "Go in the feed the snake business." But I never decided to do that because I didn't want to have any rats in my home. Well, that sounds very exciting, and I'm real proud of you because how do you get paid for doing something like this? Because they have to be relatively expensive because you have what? How many animals do you have?
We have 160 animals.
160 animals who have to be eaten, 2 or 3 times a day?
Yep.
Have to have bedding and warmth and shelter and water, and
absolutely.
That's a lot of things to do.
Oh, yeah. It costs about $12,000 a month to run the zoo. And we run entirely on donations during the winter. We're closed from November 1st until March 31st. So during that time, it's all donations from the community.
Well, that sounds good. If they want to send you a check, where would they send it to?
They can go online at sierrasafarizoo.org, and we have a section through PayPal. Or you can call at 677-1104, and we take credit card donations over the phone. Or you can mail us at 10200 North Virginia Street, and it's Reno, Nevada, 89506. and you can just mail a check or cash or credit
So
card
if I
information
have
to us.
if I have a group like the Lions who want to donate, but yet wouldn't mind having a meeting and meeting some animals too, and talk to you as well. How much would a donation be to have you come out in person as well, to a meeting?
Really, pretty much anything's acceptable. I mean, we always need the money, and it's always nice to get out in the community and interact with people and just let them know that there's a zoo. I can't tell you how many times I've been talking to someone like, "There's a zoo in Reno? I didn't know that."
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually.
And most people don't know that there's even a zoo at all. So it's always nice to get out in the community and get the word out. And it never ceases to amaze me how many people just have no idea that there was a zoo at all.
Well, Lori's your mom, right?
Yes.
Well, she's a heck of a gal, so I can see why. See, a lot of things we try to do on this show is for people who have passion for doing something, and we just seem to find the people that really know what they're doing. And it sounds like Lori's son is the same as what it's saying.
Yep. I very much follow my mom's footsteps.
Well, it sounds good. Well, the the next animal we'll be looking at will be. Did you say a kinkajou?
A kinkajou, yes.
I couldn't. I don't know if I could say that to save my life.
It's kind of a tongue twister.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna take a break now. When we come back, we'll have a Sean with the kinkajou.
What lies beyond the curve in the trail? What secrets are there? My feet carry me into its veiled mystery, and I want to taste the sweet air and hear the song bestowed by nature. Just this once. Until the next curve, the next trail, the next walk through the Carson Valley. The Genoa Foothill Trail System will connect the Carson Valley with the Tahoe Rim Trail, providing a wonderful trail system near the oldest town in Nevada. This is just one of many projects the Carson Valley Trails Association is working on for our communities, but we cannot do it alone. Please contact us by visiting our website and find out about becoming a member or signing up to help build our community trails. We're looking forward to seeing you out in the most beautiful land Nevada has to offer.
Hi, my name is Michael Smith for Nevada Trails. Back a couple years ago, I was lucky enough to be named the unsung hero from the Northern Nevada American Red Cross. And to tell you the truth, it really helped my charities get a little bit bigger and made life a little bit easier. If you know somebody in your community that's a real hero, please nominate him through nevada.redcross.org. And I'm sure that your community would be glad you did. Thank you very much. Hi, we're back from break, and we have a new visitor. We have Kia, who's a kinkajou, and tell you what, I don't know what a kinkajou is, but it's Kia sure is a cute little thing.
Yes, she is. Kinkajous come from South America. They live in the rainforest. They've pretty much been their whole lives living in the trees. You can see her tail. It's a prehensile. She can wrap it around. So pretty much they hang around the trees all the time. They eat fruit, small insects, leaves, and berries and stuff like that.
Excellent. And how old is Kia?
Kia's a year and a half old, and she was actually born at the zoo.
Oh, okay.
Which is actually really special because kinkajous are very hard to raise in captivity. It's really rare to actually have them breed. They have to have a very specific environment for them to breed. So to have a successful kinkajou born at captivity is a very big deal.
Well, how many kinkajous do you have at the zoo?
We have 4.
4? Wow. And then they eat primarily...
Pretty much a mixture of apples, bananas, mangoes, and stuff like that. And we actually have a special diet that's just made for omnivores. It's kind of, it almost looks like a dog biscuit, but it's a whole balanced nutrition that's just for them, pretty much, Very specific diet.
Well, that sounds good. And you have a volunteer that takes care of the kinkajous exclusively type thing? Or?
No, pretty much our volunteers kind of do whatever needs to be done. So if we have some people that are more specific. I work a lot more with big cats, and I work with the monkeys and stuff.
The big cats?
Yes, we have 4 lions, and we have a tiger.
4 lions?
Yep.
You're lying.
No, I am
You're not lying? No, you have 4 live lions?
Yep.
Okay.
You have 2 males and 2 females.
Like you see on TV in the circus and things like that?
Absolutely. African lions, genuine lions. They're not lying about that.
In Reno?
Yep.
Okay. And how old are these lions?
They're all kind of different ages. Our youngest is 5 years old.
Wow.
And we have an 11-year-old male.
So these are the big cats.
Oh yeah, they're man-eating lions, but they don't eat people.
And Mom volunteered you to be in the cage, or do you have like all these safety procedures you have to do?
Oh yeah, there's a very rigorous safety procedures we have. We always move around. We have special enclosures just to move them in to feed them and clean them, and to really minimize any danger to us and to the public.
Wow. So that's pretty exciting. Come to the zoo and see some lions. What other big cats do you have?
We have leopards.
Because I was kind of shocked when I heard lions. For some reason, I know you showed me last time on the zoo, but I just didn't picture it. But you have 4, and you have leopards too, right?
Yep, we have a black leopard and a spotted leopard.
Now,
and
do they hang around together? Or?
Yeah, they actually live together. They have their own enclosure. And we have a mountain lion.
A mountain lion?
Yep.
I thought that was illegal.
Oh no, not for a zoo.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't recommend it as a house cat, though.
Well, how do mountain lions get along with other species there?
She actually has her own separate enclosure. She has her own big run where she can go and play, and she has little stands and stuff she can jump up on and run.
Because I got attacked by a mountain lion when I first moved to California, so I stay away from those critters.
Don't play with them in the wild.
No. The local said if he wanted you, he could have had you. So I just said, thank you, Lord. But they were fast. It was fast I couldn't even react. I just fell over and had a chance to do what I wanted to do, and I decided to go for the deer instead.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, you also have, what would you say, Brick? You had 45 different kinds of species?
Yes.
That's why I'm so shocked about the care. You must be brilliant in what you study all this information.
Yep, pretty much. That's what we do.
And how many volunteer species do you get a year? I mean, how many drop-offs do you get, or do they call you up first and you decide if you can afford to take them or not, or how does that work?
We get a lot of calls, a lot of reptiles. People will get one big thing we've had lately is sulcata tortoises. And when they're born, they're about this big. They're this cute little tortoise, and when they grow up to be all big and strong, they're about 150 pounds.
150
and people don't realize that they're giant. They're the size of that table right there.
All right.
And, people think they're going to be small their whole life, but they grow up and they get big. I mean, we actually have a North American alligator that was given to us that somebody got as a pet, thinking that it'd just be this cute little alligator its whole life. And
Cute little alligator in the pond.
yeah, and when they get to be 150 pounds and bite your arm off, people, they don't want to keep them as pets anymore. And so
it depends if you like your family, I guess.
Yeah.
But my dad had one in his fraternity house, and he said people thought it was stuffed, and it wasn't. But that's a different story. So that's wild. So you take care of all these animals, and you're only 21. What happens if you move away? Wouldn't Mom be in trouble?
I'm not going to move away. I got to stay here.
Well, I meant for vet school.
Oh yeah, when I go away for vet school, it'll be hard, but yeah, I try to do as much as I can. But we have a lot of great volunteers, and we're always accepting other people to come in and volunteer. And
so basically, if I want to do volunteer, I just do the same number and website you gave out earlier?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Actually, if you go into our website, we have online volunteer applications. You can fill them out and mail them to the zoo, and we'll review them and see when you want to work. And
Well, how old do you have to be to volunteer? I know you started at 8, but you're probably an exception.
Absolutely. You have to be 16.
16. And then basically just, what would your orientation be? Just getting to know the imagine if you're new, you start off cleaning things.
Absolutely. You start off with the less dangerous animals, working with the deer and the cattle and kind of things like that, just kind of starting off because you can't really be introduced to anything dangerous right away. But depending on how motivated you are, you can learn to work with the more exotic animals, like the kinkajou we got here and the snakes and stuff as time goes on.
Right? Well, if you find out that's kind of your calling, you can get more and more experience to find out if that's what you want to do or not.
Absolutely.
She's being quiet now. She was all over the place earlier. Well, hopefully we can get her some banana at break.
She loves her bananas.
So you have all these. How big is your facilities? Can you still grow, or are you at capacity?
We're pretty much as big as we can go, unless we can try to get a hold of some of the land that's around us. We're on just a little more than 4 acres, but that doesn't mean that we're this tiny little roadside zoo. We got a lot. No,
that's a lot of animals. So you have that plus a petting zoo. You said.
Yeah, we have a petting area. We have about 45 deer.
45 deer.
Yep.
Those are beautiful.
We have fallow deer in our petting area, and we have African sheep that you can go and see, and then we also have a zebu, which are a little type of cow.
A zebu?
Yeah.
It's like a little miniature cow also?
Yeah, it's like a miniature Brahma bull. It looks like a cow, but it's got a hump and a dewlap, but it's only about that tall.
Wow, and then are kids allowed to get feed the animals or type thing? Or?
Yep. You can go into our gift shop, and we sell little ice cream cones full of feed, and you can go in and feed them to the deer, and they'll always come up, and there's not really any other place you can go. You can actually pet a a deer.
So they're that friendly.
Oh yeah, you can go. They'll come right up to you, and you just put your hand out, and they'll eat right out of your hand.
Well, I used to take care of goats, and you don't get like a stampede when you walk in with the feed.
No, they don't come running you down.
I thought, oh, because my goats, when they saw food, they went for it.
Oh, they'll go for the food, but they're not going to run you down there.
But these animals are pretty much used to being fed by tourists and things.
Oh yeah.
Well, now you said you're in Reno. Whereabouts are you in Reno?
We're out in Red Rock.
Red Rock. And how would you find your place?
You get on 395 northbound, get off at exit 76, which is the Stead exit. Then you take a left upon Stead Boulevard, and then you go about an eighth of a mile up.
Well, Stead, that's a pretty big exit.
Yeah.
So you're right in town, kind of.
Yeah, we're just pretty much outside. We're about 6 miles out of downtown.
Excellent.
And you get off at Stead, and you take a left on Stead Boulevard, and then you take a right on North Virginia Street, and about a quarter mile up, we're the giant building that says zoo. You can't miss us.
The only zoo on the right.
Oh yeah, we're actually on the left.
On the left.
Yeah, but we're 10200 North Virginia Street.
Excellent.
You can't miss us.
Well, it sounds like it's a good place to volunteer and work at. And if I had some extra produce, is that a good place to drop off food too?
Absolutely, we take food donations of all kinds.
Because I'm used to doing food for the food closet, but I really haven't thought about doing things for the animals. And sometimes I come across things like lemons and apples and things like that. If you have good quality stuff, is it okay to just drop off food there?
Absolutely. We definitely prefer you give us a call before you go, because we're not sure whenever we're going to have people there. You don't want to just leave it and have it go bad on the doorstep or anything. Mm-hmm. But absolutely, we take donations, food of any kind, any hay or fruits, vegetables.
Yeah, because that
meat.
comes up from time to time. A lot of times people use hay for like decorations, and then they just throw it away. Yeah, because I've done it a number of times. So that sounds good. What would Kia eat? Is that grapes for Kia?
Yeah, she likes a lot of fruits. They eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and
excellent.
She loves bananas and mangoes. That's her favorite.
Well, I don't blame her. I love mangoes myself. Well, I tell you, it sounds like a pretty nice situation you're in, and your mom had a cold, so I was lucky enough to get a chance to spend time with you. Now we're going to go take another break and bring in, what's the other one's called?
We're going to bring in an Aoudad.
An Aoudad, and have you meet Amber. And Amber's been working with the animals while we're off camera, and we'll have her come in and say hi.
All right.
We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Restoring the Truckee River? Many said it couldn't be done, but the Nature Conservancy took on the challenge.
This was the biggest thing we've ever done.
A year later, things look different.
We're out here to see what we can find. You can see these small little trees that are growing. These are all cottonwood seedlings. This is what we call wiregrass.
We have wetlands. That means we have frogs. We have wetlands and insects. That means we have birds. And we have the diversity of all kinds of species at all kinds of ages.
The fish habitat, since they've changed the river, created the meander here, has just improved dramatically.
We're seeing actually already a huge improvement in the number of species and the number of birds that we can find out here as bird watchers or as ornithologists.
We're glad that they're working with the tribes and restoring the river to its natural ways here.
Standing here now on a early summer evening and hearing the shorebirds and the water moving through the river, it was so different here not so long ago.
The Nature Conservancy, protecting nature, preserving life.
Hi, we're back. We have some new guests. We have Amber, who's a volunteer with the Sarasota Zoo, and she brought Jasmine. And Jasmine is, what do you call a?
Aoudad.
An Aoudad. That's a beautiful little girl. She's fairly young, huh?
Yeah, she was born the night before Christmas Eve.
Excellent. So that gives her
5 days ago.
Wow. And she's actually pretty big for 5 days ago. So are you her primary caregiver?
Yes, I've been taking her home and giving her bottle feeds, and she's been jumping up and down my stairs, playing with my dogs.
So she gets along with your dogs, too?
Yeah.
Well, she's a cute little thing. And then You're spilling your bananas on the floor, by the way. We got some.
She doesn't have very good table manners.
We got some bananas for Kia because Kia was getting a little bored with us, so we thought maybe if she snacked a little bit, she'd perk up a little bit. Well, Amber, how long have you been a volunteer at the Severo Safari Zoo?
Since October. I've been coming 5 days a week, and I love it. It's like
well, how'd you hear about it? Did you meet Sean at school or something, or you just decided that you wanted to be a volunteer from like something like this? We heard about it.
Passing on the highway, I saw the zoo sign, and I decided to stop in for a visit, and so I paid the $7 for admission for adults, and I went in and I toured it, and I asked for an application.
Wow, that's exciting. It's a good story, and you've been there since October, 5 days a week?
Mm-hmm.
What's your primary care duties?
Mostly the cattle and stuff.
Cattle?
All the hoof stock, I go around and clean and feed, and if we don't have enough people, I do the monkey house, and sometimes I help people with the lions, and so I get around.
So you run into Kia from time to time, too?
Yep, and her mom.
Oh, Kia's mom?
Yep.
So you have the hoof animals, so how many animals do you take care of? I mean, you do a lot of hay then?
Yeah, a lot of hay and the cubed alfalfa that we get. I don't know how many we got. We got like
about 35.
35 of the hoof stock.
Well, do you have to? I used to have to stack my hay when it came in off the trucks. Did you have to do that?
Yeah, we take it to 3 different spots in the zoo where we have all the hoof stock, and we get it by the truckload.
My boss wanted 5 high. What does Sean want?
That's about right.
Oh, and you do it?
We have help with all the other volunteers.
I was going to say, that's heavy work.
Yeah.
But once you get down and you take care of all your animals, and you go take care of monkeys too, this could be the same day.
Yeah.
So you have to change brain waves.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Well, this is kind of a silly question. Do any other animals get mad at you for smelling like other animals?
No.
Do you smell like something going into the lion cage and they like makes them hungry?
No, they're pretty used to it. I mean, everybody, there's no really one specific thing that you do. It's one of those things that, depending on how many people are there that day, I mean, there are days where it's me. And you got to do everything. So the animals get so used to the smells of the different animals because, one day you're feeding lions, the next day you're cleaning dishes and mopping, and it's always there's always so much work to be done. It never ends.
So when you go to the zoo, you also have like a cafeteria to feed people and that kind of thing?
No, we just have an area where the volunteers can kind of take a break and.
Well, that sounds good. So you can actually get fed a little bit besides the animals. So you can take a break.
Absolutely.
Well, how many volunteers do you have right now?
We're about 40 volunteers.
40? That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it is. A lot of them are just 1 day a week.
Well, you mentioned now that you're going to reopen to the public in April 1st. And right now you're doing seeing nursing homes and things on the side to keep busy.
Yeah.
Well, how many volunteers do you have right now? Just kind of on the off season, you just have a few take care of animals at home like this?
We're pretty much, our volunteers are pretty steady. During the summer, we kind of get a boost. A lot of students from high school and stuff will come and do it just across the summer. But our volunteers are pretty stable. Really, our big thing right now is our financial situation. We were from when we close on November 1st until we reopen on April 1st, we rely entirely on donations. So.
Well, hopefully this show will get you some donations because from what we've seen, it's a pretty credible thing for Reno to have.
Absolutely. It's I think it's important for people to have that interaction with animals outside of just seeing it on Animal Planet or cats and dogs.
Well, yeah, I agree because there's nothing better than just going on and petting a Jasmine or watching
Kia drop bananas on your pretty floor.
The Kia going. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's exciting, and when Amber can drive by a zoo and just drop in a volunteer, I think that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
And she sounds like she's having a good time. Well, once again, go ahead and give us your phone number and your website so people can call you up and donate or volunteer.
Absolutely. Our website is sierrasafarizoo.org, and our phone number is 677-1101, and pretty much, and our address is 10200 North Virginia Street. It's Reno, Nevada, 89506, and you can mail us donations, and or you can come by. Like we were saying before, you can if you have produce you want to donate, or meat, or hay, or anything like that. We always accept donations, if anything like that, or blankets, cleaning supplies, pretty much anything.
I didn't think about that. You probably would need a lot of things like towels and blankets and hoses and
absolutely
cleaning
supplies, brooms
yeah.
and rakes and shovels and wheelbarrows and stuff like that. The constant working takes a toll on all of our tools. We always need stuff like that, and it never ends.
I forgot about that. That's a good idea to ask for, because a lot of people have done with their stuff and, can donate a shovel. I could have donated a lot of my stuff. I just moved myself.
Yeah, every little bit like that helps. That's how we keep going. It's that, the little things that kind of build up like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds pretty darn good. Well, anyways, when do you have aspirations of being a vet as well, or staying in the business? Or
Staying with animals.
Did you have experience before this? Just loved animals?
just the occasional exotic animal that I would have. Nothing like a zoo.
Oh wow! Well, you own exotic animals then.
Yeah, I've had hedgehogs and snakes and rats and frogs and just a bunch of.
Well, I love frogs and tadpoles as a kid, and pollywogs, and they turning into frogs. And I was telling Sean earlier that probably the best times I had on the field trips as a kid was the going to the zoo. It was always great. I mean, just seeing them alive, because you can't believe it from watching on TV. To like, wow, that's. Mm-hmm. It's a freaking gorilla.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's a real big one. And every time you say lions, I'm still going, look how lions in Reno. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's why we're here. I mean, it's about you can't experience an animal watching TV or, thumbing through a magazine. I mean, you can see it and know what it looks like, but until you actually see it live and it's out there, it's eating or it's sleeping a lot, they like to sleep, plus, you don't experience it at all.
You can take your kids and actually get them to a petting zoo that they can feel and touch them a lot differently than I experienced, because we didn't have deer in our petting zoos. I think we had like lambs and some other small critters, but nothing like, would you say, yours are at the petting zoo too? Mm-hmm. The cows? That one small cow, that's amazing.
The miniature zebus, yep.
Miniature zebras?
Zebu,
oh.
And we have a miniature horse that's out there too, and miniature donkey, and we have camels. And
we do have a zebra. He's not miniature though.
He's a big zebra.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds pretty exciting. And so what are your plans for the future? Are you going to grow anymore, or are you just going to stay the way you are? Or?
There's always plans to grow. Our main thing, instead of growing as far as size goes, is renovating, making the enclosures nicer, making the walkways nicer, and just always kind of keeping. I mean, a zoo is something that is constantly trying to build up on itself, get nicer animals, nicer enclosures, and fill in, all the little holes and stuff, and just make it prettier, make it a more pleasant experience for the community.
So if someone's in construction and laid off right now, they can come and build up some concrete walkways, that kind of thing?
That's what we're kind of striving to do, and we're always looking for people that are going to do that, and the financial support to have that done too, because it's not cheap.
Well, I know the Detroit Zoo is open year-round, and a lot of people go there and just celebrate Christmas with the animals. It'd be cool. I think your mom said something about where it's kind of muddy this time of year, so you close down.
Oh yeah.
But if someone would pave it, you could almost be open year-round.
If we had, it's definitely the thing is that being open, there's a lot more things you have to do, and complete the infrastructure all the time and have things constantly fixed and cleaned and everything. And
so this way you don't get too burned out. You can take your winter off and exhale a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's always things to be fixed and things to be built, and you can't really be building and stuff while there's people around. You have to close off areas, and there's certain animals that have to go inside, or you can't really be on display anymore because of the cold. And
well, do the animals enjoy the brick as well, or because they're being looked at by all these tourists? And actually, how many tourists did you have last year? Did you keep a number count?
We had I believe we had 11,000 people come through.
11,000 people. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
you could always use more though.
Yeah, well, I mean, 11,000. That's a lot of people. And are these? I should say visitors, not tourists. Are these a lot of people from the casinos, or are these like locals coming in? Or?
The majority of our visitors are local. We have a lot of people that come every week, or 2 times a month or something like that. But we do get tourists and stuff.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to try to promote your zoo as much as possible. From the pictures I've seen and the visitors and volunteers I've met who talk about you guys and meeting you guys and meeting the little critters. We want to get you some PR time, and anyways, we got to say goodbye. I'm sorry we ran out of time again, and hope you can be back and bring some more animals, because I love learning them and I like meeting them, and I'm kind of spoiled. So, anyways, thank you, Sean and Amber, for joining us on Nevada Trails.